Okay, court reporting students and up-and-coming court reporting professionals. If you hadn't had an opportunity to view video 1, please hop over, view video 1 so you can understand video 2. So here is why I shared what I shared with you in video 1 about creating and establishing coping mechanisms and employing assistance of friends and family to help you role play, because there are going to be situations that crop up. It's going to happen. There's no need in you running from it. There's no need in thinking that your buttoned up life is going to keep you from having chaotic things crop up. It's going to happen. And so I would like for you to be armed so that you're prepared when they happen and you don't lose it and you don't become frantic. Listen, you have to remain diplomatic. You have to remain professional. And so I'm just sharing ways with you in which you can learn how to do that more effectively. So let me tell you what happened Thursday, okay? As you guys know, I don't mind being transparent. Those of you that follow me know that I have shared my journey dealing with homelessness. I'm currently homeless, not by choice, not because I mismanaged my money. I lost my job. California is, the rent out here is high as giraffe, you know what, okay? Use your mind. Be creative in your thinking, honey, on that one. And I am just trying to find ways to not live in excess. And so I go to hotels and I live out of the car for right now. Honey, I'm getting my coins up. So Thursday, had an arbitration all week. Thursday was the last day. Went to McDonald's because the libraries here don't open until 10. The deposition started at 9. I wanted to be somewhere by 8. And that was the next best thing, okay? Because that's where I slept, honey. Listen, you have to get conventional about where you're going to sleep. Well-lit areas, places that are open 24 hours. The gym, if it's open 24 hours, honey, I'll do what I got to do, okay? So on Thursday, that's what it was for me. So I went into McDonald's. Now, listen, y'all know McDonald's has revamped. And listen, they've gotten a restoration, okay? The plugs that we are used to seeing in the walls are no longer there, honey. What happened to the plugs? I get it. They don't want people coming and charging up and staying all day. I understand. And so the McDonald's that I was at didn't have any outlets for me to charge my laptop. So when I opened my laptop, I'm like, shoot, my laptop was on 69%, which could have made things really problematic. And so at the onset, I just mentioned to the judge, hey, listen, I was just honest with her. Now they don't know what I'm dealing with, and they don't need to know. Some things you've just got to keep private, even though I'm sharing on here. But at the moment, I didn't want them to know, and they still do not know. Because the objective was for me to come, take the hearing, do the transcript, that's it. They don't care about the extra stuff. I'm not saying that they don't care, but that is not of importance right now. So the mission is to complete the job. And I've not always been successful at doing that because I've allowed sometimes external factors to dictate, how I am completing my jobs or how I'm going through life. But listen, I've grown, I've matured, and I've got a lot of experience from failed missions. And so that is why I'm sharing this stuff with you. You guys use my life as a template so that you don't have to make the same mistakes that I have made down through the years. So anyway, I digress. I was just honest with the judge and I said, hey, listen, my laptop is on 69%, not going to be an issue. I can go for 3 hours, but at some point I will need a break so that I can transition to an area where there are plugs, okay? So she said, no problem, fine. So we did the hearing. We took a break. I used 17 minutes on a 20-minute break. Don't ask me how I did it. I didn't speed. I'm telling you, on the wings of an angel, I made it. I just scooted over to the nearest public library, found a spot, a quiet spot, and I plugged up and I set my file back up, and it was almost as if nothing had happened. Those attorneys weren't any wiser for it. Nobody else is able to hear what is going on in the arbitration because of the way I have my audio channeled and plugged in. Only I am able to hear what is going on. They're not able to see what's going on in the background. You know, you can fix the way your video shows up, and you can blur things out or what have you. So I was able to complete that arbitration, and I did it actually surprised. It's like the more chaotic my life becomes, the more at ease I am with performing and getting done the necessary things. And again, it has not always been that way. I think what has helped me along the way is I am a military kid, and so I was a military brat, and I adapt to things very easily and with very little strain because I've grown up that way. We were always moving, always, you know, once our tour of duties were done. And so I naturally am an adaptable person. But I am saying to you, please, ma'am, please, sir, do what you must by any means necessary to role play so that when things get chaotic, you don't lose it, because I am telling you, you will lose it if you are not prepared to handle the external stressors. Listen, our jobs are stressful by themselves, very stressful. We're having to pay attention to multiple people talk. Most times it's, you know, witnesses, you've got several attorneys, not on the same side. Sometimes it's 2 attorneys, sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 8, sometimes it's 10. When you're in a litigation that is, you know, a huge litigation, and then you've got the judge, and then you've got people who talk fast, who talk slow, who mumble, who are false starters. And all of this, you are trying to navigate through these muddy waters and still come out with a clean record. It is so challenging, but you will develop ways in which you can do that seamlessly. And this is a way that you can handle chaotic pressures and stressors that may crop up and will crop up in your career. Hey, you may not deal with homelessness. You may not ever have to juggle finding a room that has an outlet, but you may one day. You may be in a room that has no outlets. You need to figure that out. There are a lot of areas that you could potentially experience undue stress. And so that is why I am encouraging you. I'm imploring you to do what you can. Flush out every issue that may present itself. And again, just think of the worst case scenarios and role play that, because I guarantee you it's probably going to crop up in your career. So listen, I pray that this was helpful. If you like the content, like it, share it, and come back for more, okay? And heart it. See you, sugar plums. Have a good day.